Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time of tuning in, welcome to this channel, and if this is not your first time, you already know you're an OG. Thank you so much for sticking with me. um After I posted the last video, I got a lot of requests from people asking me to talk about the process, how I got the permanent residence. So I'm going to be talking about how I did that step by step, and I'm also going to be talking about how you can do it, how you can tailor it to your situation, how you can navigate around it to get the permanent resident. Also, I just want to put the disclaimer out there that I'm not an immigration expert, but I am going to share everything I've learned on this journey with you. And also, I want to really say a big thank you because I got a lot of love on that video. I got a lot of views, I got a lot of subscribers, I got a lot of positive comments, and I want to say thank you so much. And it is because of you that I'm here, because I'm actually ill right now. I don't know if you can tell from my voice and my face, but I'm actually ill. And but because of the love I got, I'm like, no, I have to turn up for you guys. So that's why I'm doing this video as quickly as I am. Please stay tuned and let's get into the video. First things first, on this journey, guys, you want to make the research your best friend. You want to make research your best friend. The first step I'm going to ask you to do, I'm going to recommend for you to do, is to go to the CRS calculator. And I know that there are a lot of websites out there that disguise as the Canadian government or immigration telling you that they would help you calculate your eligibility and all of that. Guys, just ignore those ones. They're going to ask you to put in your email. The real Canadian CRS calculator would not ask you for your email. I'm going to leave the website on the screen so that you can go there. So you are going to go there, and I know that you may not have everything that they would ask you. You just have to like do a simulation. Just try to put the things that you have and see what the score is going to be like, so that you know what what is required for you. So what I'm trying to say is you're going to try to create a plan out of the requirements. So I'm going to go over the requirements that are needed for the express entry. So the first thing is your age, your education, your language, work experience, Canadian education, if you have siblings in Canada, and provincial nominations. Those are the things that are going to give you scores. I know that you get score for points for work experience in Canada as well, just in case you worked in Canada and left Canada to go back to wherever you came from. You can get points for that. You can get points if you have a valid job offer with supported by LMIA, and those are the things that we are going to be breaking down, and I'm also going to be giving you tips about how I did mine as well. So guys, let's say that you've visited the CRS calculator, that's cic.gc.ca. For the age, let me just bring out my book so that I explain everything. For the age, you get most points for the age if you are under 30, but if you are not under 30, all hope is not lost. Just stay with me, okay? For education, you need a minimum of BSc, but I'm not even going to see, it's going to be tough love. I need to tell you, you need, with the points that they're picking now, I think the last draw was around 486. So you are going to need at least masters to be able to get points now. So let's just forget about the basic things, because at this point having a bachelor's degree is like basic, and it will not get you the points you need. So you need at least masters or PhD. See guys, let me just relate it to how it worked for me. When I started out, I went to the CRS calculator and I checked all the criteria. I started out 2019, and the reason people tell you that it takes a long time to get your permanent residence is because it takes a long time to prepare. It's not the process itself that takes a long time. So I'm going to explain everything in details. So I went to the CRS calculator, I checked everything, I checked the things that would give me points, the things I already had and the things I needed to get. And the things I had just a bachelor's degree, so I got postgraduate diploma, and I also started attending French classes, so I'll be able to take the TEF exam to give me more points apart from English. So let's take it step by step. Like I said, we've talked about the age and education. For education, I would advise masters or PhD, so that you can meet up with the score, with the current draw score. Also for language, I would highly recommend French. See guys, French is actually easy. I started learning French December 2019 because I wanted to take the TEF. If you take French, you get more points than if you take English. And if you take both, like your score is going to skyrocket, and it's very, very achievable. Although I did not end up doing the French exam called the TEF, because midway when the pandemic started and we're learning from home, I couldn't keep up. I wasn't learning well, so I eventually dropped out. But I know people that we learned together and they did their exam and they got, and today they are in Canada. So guys, you have to do what you need to do to get what you need. Okay, then for work experience, I would advise you to get at minimum of 3 years work experience, and make sure that where you're working, they are giving you salary and it is going into a particular account. So you need to have that, just in case IRCC asks you for bank statements for your salary. Okay, so you need that to prove that. So for the work experience, you are going to need your offer letter from your work, and you're also going to need letter of introduction from your office. So you just need that to prove that you have that work experience. The letter of introduction is going to, the offer letter is obviously going to be dated to when you started the work, and the letter of introduction is going to say what you do for the company, how much you earn, how long you've been with the company, and so on and so forth. You can check online for templates on how to draft the letters, and your HR in your company should be able to help, but you can as well put your input so that they give you what you need for the process. Another thing that I spoke about is the Canadian education, but a lot of us do not have Canadian education. I'm not going to dive into that because that's not a common scenario, so let's just leave Canadian education and Canadian work experience out of it. Another thing you can get points for is if you have a sibling in Canada. Like I said, guys, go to the website and just scrutinize it so that you'll be able to milk out every category you can get points for. So you are going to get, if you have a sibling in Canada, you're also going to get additional points for that. Another thing that you get a lot of points for is provincial nomination, and provincial nomination differs from province to province. You are going to there are some provinces that do not need family ties, and there are some that do need family ties. So you just need to know what you're going for and the province you'd like to go to. So for your education, you're going to need to evaluate your certificate with WES. The website is wes.org, and you're going to see the option for IRCC, Canada Immigration or something like that on the website. Please visit the website. I'm not going to go into details, just go into the website so that you can see what you're going to be doing. So once you I'm going to quickly explain the WES process. So once you create a profile for WES, you upload your certificate or your transcript, and you also get your school to send WES your transcript as well. Once WES receives your transcript, they're going to send confirmation to your school for them to confirm it, and your school will confirm it. And once it's done, the evaluation will be done on WES, and that will be that for that. And if you have, for example, if you have masters or you have PhD, you do not need to do for all of those. You only need to do for the highest level of education. Okay, so you don't need to stress yourself for all of those BSc and all of those other small things. Then for the language, like I mentioned earlier, TEF and IELTS, I'm going to recommend 2 channels for IELTS. I recommend IELTS and E2 IELTS. I'm going to put a website for IELTS tests practice. It helped me a lot. I'm going to use myself as an example. I wrote IELTS 3 times and I passed the 3 times. But the reason I didn't stop at the first time is because I got 6.5 in reading, and I got 8 in listening, and 7 in other places. For you to get the highest points in IELTS, you need 8 in listening, 7.5 in reading, 7 in speaking, and 7 in writing. And once you have those, you are good to go. So in my case, I didn't have 7.5 in reading the first time. So the next time I just booked 2 IELTS back to back, because I had to give it what I needed to give it. So I booked the 2, and I had 877 in the 2, and I just used the better results, and I was good to go. That was that about that. Luckily for me, I was able to get provincial nomination, and that added 600 points to my that added 600 points to my express entry draw. If you have a cousin that you guys do not talk, or a cousin that you know that you guys are related but you guys do not talk, and person is in a province that they use family ties, you better reach out to the cousin. Though. Let them help your life. Don't do shakara, okay? All right, so I'm also going to mention this. If you are married, please make sure that your spouse writes IELTS and aim to get 8777 just like you, and let them do their worst as well, so that you to add to your points. This thing, you just need to keep up to date. You need to match up to the score that they are picking right now, so that they pick you, just so that you will not sit down in the pool. Also, once you have your IELTS and you have your WES, you can create your profile, your express entry profile, and you can get picked by any province for nomination. So you just, all you need is to get 877 in IELTS, and to get your WES evaluation done, and you can create your express entry profile. All right, so I'm just going to stress it again: research, and research. Please try to join groups as much as possible, WhatsApp groups, Telegram groups, so that you can get updates and information. Again, I recommend TEF, because especially if you use TEF as French as your first language, it skyrockets your points. So I recommend TEF, so that you don't have to struggle in the pool and wait for it. So you take TEF and you take IELTS. So once you've gotten the desired score that they are picking at that point, and you've gotten the nomination, you get your email in the evening of that day that you get selected. After that, you need to do your medical and police report. Please guys, the reason I'm telling you all of this is so that you know what to prepare for. Okay, so after I can remember that immediately I got my I got selected, I think it was the next day or 2 days after that, I went to do my police report. So guys, just do it as early as you can. But I think I heard now that police reports now takes a while, but just research, guys. Research, and try and link up with people that have done it before, so that you have a seamless journey. Okay, then after you've done that, you start to gather your POF. Again, go on Canada's website to see the recommended proof of funds for the number for your family size, because the proof of funds varies per family size. So go on Canada's website. Make sure you're on the Canada's website, and not all these immigration lawyers or immigration agents websites, please and please. So as soon as you get selected, your portal is ready for you to upload your documents. So I'm going to go over the documents you're going to be needing again. You're going to need your proof of funds, your police reports, your medical, your IELTS results, your TEF results, your WES, that's the one for your education, either master's or PhD. Then if you are divorced, you are going to need your complete divorce papers, meaning you are going to need your decree absolute and your decree nisi. You are going to need both of them to submit. Then if you're like me, that your story has color, maybe you're traveling alone with your child, you're divorced, you're separated, you're whatever, you need to write a letter of explanation. So once in that letter of explanation, you write everything in clear terms. In so year this happened, in so year this happened, in so year this happened. So that's why I'll be traveling alone with my child or whatever, anything you need, anything you know that maybe may not be clear, may not be obvious, you write it out in the letter of explanation. And the reason for this is because people get additional document requests, and it makes their process longer, their processing time longer. If you write your letter of explanation and they understand everything just by looking at the documents and the letter that you've provided, it will make your application faster. Also, you're going to be needing a consent form if you're traveling as a single parent. So the consent forms is for there are two types of consent forms that you're going to be needing if you're traveling as a single parent. You're going to need one that you're going to submit to IRCC. I'm going to try to put it on the screen. So this is what it looks like. And you're also going to need a letter, and you're going to attach a copy of the other parent's ID to that letter, and you're going to need it at your airport. For example, I needed mine at the Nigerian airport, so it was mine was an handwritten letter from my daughter's father, with a copy of his ID attached to it. And when the immigration officers asked for it, I just gave it to them. And they just ask for it for in case of child trafficking and all of that as measures. So you're going to need two of those if you are a single parent. But if your spouse is joint on your application, you don't need the one to submit to IRCC. The only one you need is the one at the airport, the consent letter at the airport to travel with your child alone. Also, after you've submitted all your documents, you would also pay for your visa. After paying for your visa, you wait for your biometric request. Once your biometric request has been done and it has been accepted, some people get additional document requests. Sometimes they may ask for proof of funds. Maybe it's not clear. They may ask for anything that does not feel clear in your application will be asked for again. That's what an additional document request is for. But some people do not get additional document requests and everything just runs smoothly. So after you get the additional document request or not, the next thing you wait for is your PPR, which is your passport request. So again, another thing I'm going to talk about this passport request is that once you get it, again, find out, especially in WhatsApp groups and Telegram groups, the passport offices around that are processing passports fast, because it varies. The passport request is usually in the passport request, you're usually advised to send it to the nearest passport office, but you can send it to for example, I sent mine to Kenya, and most people were sending theirs to Accra. But because I heard that Kenya was doing it fast, I think mine took about 10 days for it to be ready because I sent it to Kenya. So yeah, you need to be in the know of which passport office that is closer to you is processing passports the fastest, so that you can use them. Also, I'm also going to talk about the timeline now. So like I said earlier, the timeline for preparation is usually the longest. From the time that you are chosen from your exit entry pool to the time that you get your passport request can take 1 month. I've heard of someone that took just 1 month to 3 years, God forbid. But the 3 years on those ones, they have like a lot of complications in their process. Mine took exactly 6 months. It was in January, and I got my passport request at the end of July. So it can take a lot lesser than that. I had an additional document request, and that's why it took like up to 6 months. So guys, if you have any other question, please leave them in the comments, and I'll do my best to explain in the comment section, because I don't want to get into the loop of doing immigration videos, because like I said, I'm not an immigration expert. And if there's anything else I missed out on, I'm going to be leaving it in the description box or in the comments, so look out. I want to also thank you guys so much for bringing me up to 500 subscribers, guys. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. Thank you. At some point, I started wondering, did somebody pay some people to come and be leaving positive reviews on my channel? Because you guys are just too much. Thank you so much, and I really do appreciate it. Stick around, guys, for more fun videos because I have a lot in stock for you. As a matter of fact, I wanted to ask you guys, would you like me to leave to make videos about my Sandford parties? I had like 2 Sandford parties in Lagos, as the big girl that I am. My friends did Sandford party for me. My colleagues at work did Sandford party for me. And when you are good, you are good. So guys, thank you if you've made it to the end of this video. I'll buy a house in Banana Island for you. I'll do giveaway for you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really do appreciate. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for the support, and please subscribe and click on the notification bell so that you'll be notified when I drop more videos in the future. Thank you so much for sticking with your girl, and thank you for watching this video. Do have a wonderful day. Bye.